Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video is a little bit different. I have a lovely guest here. This is Gaia. We actually met on the set of a new show that's coming out on Sky One. It's called You, Me and the Apocalypse, and I have a really small little role to play, but Gaia is like an amazing main character, and I thought it would be really amazing just to bring her over here, especially because we're in the back to school season, and I was talking a little bit about careers and development, and you're an actress obviously. I feel like it would be really great just to get your story, find out a bit more about the show, and then how you got to be where you are, just as some inspiration to some of you guys who are maybe thinking about the creative industry or just want to know, you know, what the options are out there for you. So I've got loads of questions on my phone here, and I'm going to ask you as many as you'll let me. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
No worries. I don't know if you want to introduce yourself and just say a little bit about who you are, where you're from, what you do.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here.
No worries
This is
at
really
all.
great.
Thank you for coming.
My name is Gaia Scodellaro. I was born in Naples. My father is Neapolitan and my mother's American. We've got Caribbean background and Native American.
Yeah.
I lived in Italy until I was 10 years old, and I moved to New York, and from 10 to 19 years old I lived in the Bronx.
Nice.
So it wasn't very different from Naples,
Yeah.
but I definitely learned a lot, and I grew really thick skin.
Yeah, and shout out to the Bronx, because there's loads of people from New York who watch this and they'll get very excited.
Absolutely, along with friends of mine from high school, all of that. Yeah, absolutely. And so from there I chose to move back to Italy, and I actually started to get myself out there through the web with web series online in Rome with very young directors and screenwriters and actors, and we just got together, and my first really important web series was Stuck, the Chronicles of David Rea, directed by Ivan Silvestrini, and that was sort of what catapulted me quickly into the TV scene in Italy as well. And then from there, through the agency, I got the audition for You, Me and the Apocalypse.
So web series is kind of where you started out on.
Absolutely.
So there's so much opportunity nowadays.
There is so much opportunity. I mean, we have to create it for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, there are young people, young creative people that can't find the space to express themselves.
Of course.
So online, the web, YouTube has been a tremendous medium for people to get their work out there. So I can only thank the YouTubers for getting me out there, helping me to jumpstart my career.
That is amazing. Right, so I think it would be nice to get a bit more about your journey and how you got to where you are today, and any advice you might have for some young people who are thinking about a creative career. So could you give us a bit of insight into your journey?
I think what's most important is to just keep your eye on your goal, and not let go of it, and not allow anyone to tell you that you're not capable, that you're not good enough, that you're not beautiful enough, that you're not, you know, any of that. It's just, it's difficult because you're on your own out there. So you have to rely on yourself, and you have to be strong, and you have to be prepared, you have to study, you have to focus, you have to be disciplined. I think all of these things are very important, and there's really nothing that can stand in your way except for yourself. You can never slack off, you can never feel like, oh well, I've arrived, it's all good. It's not.
Definitely.
It's really not, because the competition is very, very high.
So did you go to school, or did you study to be an actress?
I didn't get the courage until I was in college, because I was very, very shy. When I went to college, I studied theater for 3 years, and that sort of gave me a base, and I had a better understanding that, okay, if I prepare myself a bit, but I also rely on life experience to get me to know what to do eventually when I find myself on set. And there's nothing better than actually being on set. That's where you really truly learn.
When you're thrown into the deep end, you've got to perform.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's when you know you have to rely on your skills.
Yeah.
I needed to get a little bit of studying, a little bit of training, and some input from professors as well to understand, am I going in the right direction? Am I capable or not? And then with the web series that I did, it was great practice.
So then would you advise someone who was, you know, interested in becoming an actress to go down that a little bit of studying route, or do you think there's another way that people can do this?
I think there is that thing called the X factor. There has to be something, like whether you're a painter, a musician, or you want to be a doctor, whatever, a lawyer, whatever it may be, there has to be something innate that allows you to push further.
Yes.
The studying is important, the preparation is important, but it can also sort of put you in a box where you feel like you can't really go any further than what you've learned.
Yeah.
So I think that you also have to trust your instincts and just be really passionate about what you're doing. You have to love what you're doing.
Yeah. I think that's everything in life.
Everything.
No matter what you want to do, you kind of just have the passion and push for it, because you're going to have to fight the hardest for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So let's start off with You, Me and the Apocalypse, because that's obviously where we met. So how did you get your role as Celine?
I was offered the audition. I was asked to audition right before Christmas 2014. And I didn't know much about the show at all. I was just given the script and a few pages for a scene that she was in. And I had a fantastic character description, about 6 pages, on Celine, on her life, her background. So when I went to audition for it, I felt like I was very close to her. I understood her.
Yeah.
I didn't do much research about nuns and convents, but I did go to a private Catholic school for elementary school and for high school. So I was surrounded by nuns at some point. I did observe a lot, and so that helped me also to get more into character.
Fair enough. Oh, and just to explain, your role is actually a nun. You can't give away too much
Not
actually
too much.
on the show, so make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled for it. But yeah, we will get more into it anyway. So do you see any similarities between you and your character?
Probably the fact that we are very capable with languages. I speak several languages. I speak Italian, English, Spanish. I am trying to learn German because I'm currently living in Berlin.
Oh wow.
German is tough.
Okay.
German is quite tough. I had to learn a couple of lines in Polish for the show as well.
Okay.
So that was great. And so yeah, it's this passion for languages that we definitely have in common. Absolutely.
And do you think that has helped you in your career? The fact that you speak so many languages?
It absolutely has. I have to only thank my parents for moving me to the United States. If I had stayed in Italy, it would have been a little bit harder to learn English without an accent.
Okay.
Because as you get older, the accent stays.
And how's this different to maybe any other productions you've been on then?
This is really on a grand scale. It's a huge production. I've never been a part of something this big. I mean, it gives you the sense that you're working on a huge film set. It's been a fantastic roller coaster ride for me. Even
I actually went on set and I was like, I couldn't believe how many people were there, how big it was, and I was like, wow, this is a big thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's been very exciting for me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what was your life like before this production then?
Quite simple. I would audition for a couple of things and wait for results as you just wait at home, and you're just wondering if you get the job. And I continue to do a few web series, low budget projects, just really anything that was giving me a chance to just learn and to get better at this craft, which is the main thing for me.
So if you knew that the end of the world was coming, what would be your last meal?
It would have to be La Parmigiana di Melanzane, which is sounds like something very elaborate, but this is a Neapolitan dish, and it's eggplant parm. I don't know if there are Italian American people that might know about it.
I'm into beauty, that's why I'm on YouTube. What would be a beauty product you would have on at the end of the world, if you'd need that? You probably wouldn't need it, but if you
wouldn't
wanted
be thinking
one,
about a beauty product. But I rely on coconut oil for everything. I don't know if
that's... So you're au natural, coconut oil.
It's a multifunctional product. You can use it in your hair, all over your body, your skin, your face. It whitens teeth. There's the oil pulling. The oil pulling.
I've
tested it, and I've found some fantastic results from that as well. And it's antibacterial at some point as well. So it's something that you might need.
If you were going to be in an underground bunker for 2 years, what are the 5 things you would have with you?
I'd have to have a good amount of pasta with me.
I mean, food
this is so stereotypical, but I can whip up some pasta if you've got beans, lentils in there as well. You make, if you have minestrone cans and all of these things, you can whip up a hearty meal. So I love to eat. So I have to make sure I've got some good food in there. Like I said, the coconut oil I can use for everything, so it's good to have as well. What else? A stack of books. I can't get enough of reading. I need to have those moments where I can I just finished reading Girl on the Train.
Okay.
Which a lot of people were talking about, and I do like thrillers, so I like to be engaged, and if a book captures me from beginning to the end, it's the best for me.
So if there's one thing on your bucket list that you feel like you would want to definitely do before the end of the world, what would that be?
I feel like I haven't traveled enough and I haven't seen enough things. My parents, I mean, they gave me an opportunity to live in different countries, and that was great, but there is so much more out there.
Of course,
I would love to travel more. I need to see the reality of what the world is like out there. Even though this job allows me to do a lot of traveling as well, so I'm very fortunate in that sense.
Yeah, but when you're working, it's kind of different to traveling for like pleasure,
exactly.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you're working, you have to focus on work, so being able to off the bucket list a couple of different countries as well.
So have you had a career highlight so far?
You, Me and the Apocalypse has been a career highlight for me. I was really surprised and I'm extremely happy. It's the kind of opportunity that an actor needs to really get that kind of visibility.
Of course,
you know, on a more international level.
So just maybe some key steps you think that someone who's young, who has a dream but is a bit scared to maybe pursue it, what do you think, you know, what's your encouragement to them, and what steps do you think they can take? Because you said you were quite shy.
Yes, I was very shy. Yeah, I was very shy when I was little. I didn't want to put myself out there too much. I think you need to just keep pushing and keep learning and keep an open mind. And I really don't think that there's no way that you can't make it if you really believe in yourself.
I 100% believe that.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you are what it is that you see, what you see for yourself. That's what you are already, even before you get there. I felt like I was a little star walking around the street in Naples. Like, I always thought that I had a camera next to me. So, I would do scenes by myself or all these things. Like, I imagined it, I envisioned it, and I believed that it could happen to me eventually. So I think that it needs to start from there.
Did you have a plan B for doing this? Or if this wasn't successful, did you have anything in place?
I don't think there ever was a plan B.
You're like, I'm doing this.
I'm doing this. No, I think that if I gave myself a plan B, then I was going to give up on plan A. And plan A was so important to me that I wasn't going to allow anything else to distract me. Of course, in the beginning, if you're not making enough money, I had other jobs.
Okay.
I taught English in Italy after school, did homework with children. It was nothing that sort of took me too far away from what my ultimate goal was. It's that thing that you of course you think about another plan, you think about it, but you know that if you want it to happen, you have to stay focused. And that's my number one thing, is really staying focused, because a lot of people didn't believe me. Just really felt like it's unattainable. Becoming an actress is seen as something that, it's Hollywood and the red carpets and all of that. It's all of that is wonderful, and if that comes my way, amazing. But it's the work. It's the work that comes before all of it, and the preparation. And I'm looking forward to just being able to interpret more roles and have more fun with this, because I would love to do it for as long as I can.
Exactly, and this is probably like one of those big roles that project you into even bigger roles, so who knows what will happen in the future. You never know, maybe there'll be season 2 as well.
That would be tremendous. We'll see what the audience thinks about it.
Exactly. So I don't know if you guys have any more questions for Gaia, but do leave comments below. Do you have a Twitter that anyone could maybe message you at?
My Twitter is Goya1. It's not Gaia, it's Goya. People already can't spell my name, and so I decided to make it even more complicated. So it's GOIA1 on Twitter. And if anyone wants to hit me up, that'll be fun.
And obviously, make sure you guys check out the show. It will be coming out soon. You'll be able to see Gaia playing her role, me doing the little thing that I do. I'll tell you exactly what episode it is at some point in time. I've got some more videos coming out just to support everything. There's a hashtag. The hashtag is Apocalypse Sky1, so make sure you guys keep your eyes out for that, because there's going to be lots of activity around that. But I hope you enjoyed something like that. It's a little bit different, a little bit fresh, but it's always important to get inspiration, and that's what YouTube is about, and the internet's about, meeting and connecting with people who can just give you that momentum. And I know that there'll be people who comment and say, I was inspired after this video, and maybe they'll be the next generation of actors and actresses. You never know, right?
That'd be fantastic.
So thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. And bye guys, I'll catch you all later.
Bye.
So just wanted to let you guys know that you can click to see the trailer, and you can also see some of the other YouTubers who are getting involved with this, so make sure you check out the videos.